that you can go from having 5 or 10% insight to getting, let's say, 50, 70% insight, and the entrepreneur can be a lot more confident. And sometimes the feedback, what the entrepreneur gets is pushback. So sometimes the entrepreneur is very convinced. So we had one entrepreneur that was growing very quickly. Business was doing very well, and was sitting with a couple of the mentors and was saying, "We're launching this initiative, we're launching that initiative, and that initiative." And one of the mentors, it was an advisory board where 3 mentors would meet with the entrepreneur quarterly. Yeah. So it's like a board of directors, but without the governance. It's purely advisory. And one of the mentors said, "Look, if you keep doing this, you're going to kill your business." And everybody laughed because it was a shocking statement. And the entrepreneur was like, "Yeah, but I don't like being caged." And the other mentors were saying, "Look, you have a really great business. You have something that's working, that has potential to grow, 10x. Yeah. If you start opening so many different businesses or side projects, you're taking away from the core. So you need to focus on that core and grow it." And one of the mentors actually gave the analogy or the example of Nike, where he said they started with running and then they moved to basketball. Absolutely. And they moved to the next sport. They didn't go to all sports right away. That entrepreneur really resisted that feedback. It's like, I just feel like I have so many ideas. I don't want to be caged. And unfortunately, he went out of business. He didn't take the feedback and went out of business. So going back to your question, the problem that we're solving is that when entrepreneurs get to that stage, that adolescent stage in their business, it's a very confusing time. It's a very there are a lot of changes that happen in the organization, and for the entrepreneur, and there's a lot of chaos, but there's a lot of potential. What we can provide for them is giving them access to people and resources that can help them, guide them to kind of achieve success, so that they don't have to make a lot of unnecessary mistakes and learn by trial and error. They can learn from other people, or at least get insight from other people, so that they can get further and get there faster than they would on their own.
And I can see immediately that the significance of the problem is really big. Yeah. I mean, if those services, if those sort of insights are not given to those entrepreneurs, apparently, if the entrepreneur is an engineer or a coder or whatever they are, their technical knowledge is probably strong and deep,